Welcome to another session of Confidence 101. Generally, there are two kinds of trauma. One kind of trauma is big, such as death or injury or violence, which can happen to an individual. The other kind of trauma is small, such as internal dialogue that are damaging and unhealthy, dysfunctional family, which are made of culture or behaviors inside the family that can cause damage to a person, such as violent shouting, mockery, and bad habits itself, such as watching too much TV, eating too much junk food, not moving, not studying, not growing, and many other bad habits. I'm specifically focusing on small trauma that happens to all of us. This small trauma is like a poison, corrosive, and one day at a time, it damages our heart, it damages our brain. We will not be able to enjoy a simple socializing, a simple talking, a simple play. When I first noticed that, I was traumatized and I didn't know how to articulate what I was feeling. I was not able to socialize with my friends well. I was not able to stand up for myself. I was not able to focus on my career well. And after doing years of therapy and then doing coaching, then studying about this stuff for years, I came to a conclusion that by healing our inner trauma, we can easily grow. We can feel alive again. Imagine a kid who's full of wounds in the body and he is not being healed. He or she cannot focus on socializing because he or she would definitely focusing directly on the pain. The same thing goes with our lives. Our emotional trauma is so much important. A child who's been neglected by their parents emotionally can have a dramatic negative effect in their behaviors and their moods and emotions. I focus on the three big habits that can damage our healing. By removing the three big bad habits from your life, you will be able to heal from your emotional trauma. If you had a very dysfunctional family, if you had no guidance in the family, if you didn't know how to feel, then by removing these three bad habits, I can guarantee you will remove a huge chunk of emotional trauma one day at a time, 1 week, 1 month at a time. Number one is old and damaging treatment of ourselves. Now, old and damaging treatment of ourselves directly come out from our culture, family, and friends where we grew up. So, such as call out each other names when we make a mistake. We're not growing, we're calling each other, calling ourselves in a very bad names. Oh, you cannot do it, you're this. This kind of behavior is so corrosive and it makes healing impossible. Because every bad treatment itself is a trauma. We learn that by punishment we can learn, but it's so untrue. Punishment never works. We can talk about this for hours. There are so many ways we treat ourselves badly, and there's a book called On My Own Side by Dr. Aziz that he specifically talks about damaging treatment that we do to ourselves and others. Number two is stimulation and numbing. Of course, if you're born in a dysfunctional family with their chaos and fight in the family, we try to numb it. We unconsciously numb it through food. Oh my goodness, I used to eat lots of food just because numb that pain in my head and my heart. And eating too much food, smoking lots of cigarette, drinking alcohol, screen time. These are direct way of dealing with emotional trauma. By removing stimulation and numbing, you can reveal so much pain into this conscious mind that you can easily let it heal through time. Lack of movement and progress. If you're not moving, if you're not progressing in anything, if you're not studying, if you're not exercising, then the emotional healing will take time to heal. And that was one of the major reasons that I would not be able to progress into my emotional healing. Now, you would say that now after understanding that these three big ones cause so much pain and so much trauma, on the top of already traumatic events that happen in your life, and when you identify that you have these three bad habits and beliefs in your psyche, how to really transform it is be aware of it. I have this journal called uh, awareness journal, and write down whenever I have this treatment, whenever I say something bad to myself, whenever I do something which postpones my emotional healing, I write it down and then find the underlying belief behind it. Let's say you're eating too much, and the underlying belief would be it's okay, it's good for me, it's healing. It's not true, right? Instead, you will find a truth to replacing it with the new ones, a belief which contradicts your whole behavior, and make it a new one and do the new habit. If you're not, if you've been treating yourself with mockery and with punishment, treat yourself with love more. Whenever you made some mistake, give yourself some forgiveness and love and compassion. When you say something that you don't want to say, then give yourself love, forgiveness. See how it works. Really, really experience with this. That does it work? Will it make you a better person or not? Then see if your movement, if exercise, sweating really helps you. If it doesn't, you don't have to do it. You can go back to the same old habit, but see it, experience with it. Again, if you need help with this, if you want to really heal your emotional trauma, I will always be happy to help you. Go to my website, and I wish you all the best. Have a confident life.